Hiya, it's me, Luke from Bluewolfpsychic, back again, hiya. And it's Sunday the 4th of March 2012, so I'm finally back here. God, it seems to have been a long time. And I'm here today to read for the star sign of Scorpio for the month of March 2012. And I hope this is a good one because it's my sign and it's also the sign of a friend. I'm reading a single card, and it's a new technique that I'm trying. And I'm also reading with a new deck. It's called the Templar Tarot deck. And I just started with them last week. I quite like them, they're different. The card I've drawn for you today, Scorpio, is the King of Pentacles. So what is it with you and your father? Okay. My father's no longer on the earth plane, so it's my dad that's looking in from the other side. But your dad may still be on the earth plane, okay? Whichever way it is. What is it with you and him, you know? Why is it we don't listen to our fathers, you know? We listen to our mothers, they make sure we listen to them most of the time, don't they? Or usually we do. But fathers, there's a guy called Robert Bly wrote an interesting book called Iron John, which is it's a bit like the book for women about women who run with the wolves. Is it Pinko the Restos? But anyway, Robert Bly wrote this book, Iron John. It's about men's relationship with their father and the way in which it affects their relationships with other men and with themselves as well. Part of our culture these days is we don't give the same sort of respect to father figures that once upon a time, you know, pre the 1950s, yeah, it started in the 60s, didn't it, really? Pre-1950s fathers, I think, got somewhat more respect, but these days they don't seem to get that. Even though the TV adverts, we treat them with a mild contempt, you know, they're figures of fun, aren't they, sort of thing. Yet they're half our genetic inheritance, and they're half, if we're lucky, of the parental involvement which we have as young children. And it's fathers and men who actually are out there doing a lot of work in the world. Sometimes they teach us when we're at school. Often they're employers or something like that. There are some obviously, you know, sort of thing. But why was it, Scorpio, you didn't maybe spend a bit more time with your father, or don't spend as much time as you might with your father? And why is it you didn't listen to him, or you don't listen to him as much as you do? Well, this is just a little reminder for you this month to spend some time with your father if he's still on the earth plane, and to think about giving him that respect, which he doesn't, you know, I mean, I don't know. Love and respect, they don't always cost a lot, do they, you know? It costs a little bit in time and an investment of our energy, perhaps, okay? If he's still here, see how it goes with that this month. If he's not, then perhaps it might be worth your while just, you know, spend half an hour, some evening sitting there thinking about him, okay, and send him your good wishes and tell him, you know, I may not have told you this when you were here, I may not have shown it to you very much when you were here, but I have that love and respect for you now, okay? And as you're doing that, this being a pentacle card as well, you are going to find some positive stuff coming in for your own life. Right? Okay. This is also about you. It's about you, whether you're a man or a woman. It's about you and that rock-solid foundation of your being here. Because our relationships with our fathers are important as well, more important than we actually give them credit for these days. And as you develop and improve this relationship with your father and with your understanding of your father, you are going to find it's going to, even if he was a bad father, you know, all right, at least you can try and understand it. I'm not saying you have to give him your love and say, yeah, it was great to, you know, if he was a real bar steward. I said a bar steward, okay. Even if he was, then at least if you can get some understanding of where he was coming from and why he was like he was, you don't have to accept it and say it was good to be like that, but at least you can have some understanding, and that can help you to move on from there, okay. But it's going to give you some solid bedrock for your being and for moving on, okay? And I think you're going to find some good positive things coming into your life as a result of that, particularly on the work plane, on the financial plane, on the plane of the things around about you. It's funny sometimes. You do something in here, and something happens out here, you know, sort of thing. We are spiritual beings. We have more power to affect our circumstances from what we think and what we feel than we ever realise, okay? It's not always a case of going out there and doing stuff. Sometimes it's a case of sitting in here and thinking about stuff and feeling about stuff. Things happen. Yeah, I think you're going to find that this month, Scorpio, actually. Okay, so, and I'm just drawn to say as well, vision. Vision. You're a water sign, you're a very emotional sign. You're a sign which has a great deal of psychic and spiritual energy. If you don't use that, or if you do use that, covering all bases here, aren't I? Allow that to come through this month, if you can. If you know how to work with spirit, then work with spirit this month, okay, and develop your techniques. If you don't normally work with spirit, then, like I said before, give yourself half an hour to sit and relax and meditate, put some nice music on, get yourself a cup of tea or a glass of wine, and, you know, think about your dad, think about the father figure that you have in your life, that you know, sort of thing. And let some of those thoughts just sort of energize you and have their effect on your life and that as well. Okay? As I say, if he was, you know, some of us don't have good fathers. If he was a bad father, okay, I'm not saying immerse yourself in bad feelings about somebody, but what I'm saying is, in that case, just think, well, you know, why was it like it was, and is there any understanding to be had from that, okay? And what can I draw from that to make me a better person for the future, okay? Okay, I am not like that myself, okay? That's a positive thing, isn't it, okay? It's not something he gave you, but it's something you learned from it, okay? Yeah. Okay, so if you had a real bad father, then draw some positives out of the way in which you yourself present yourself in life these days, okay? Right, okay. All right. Tricky one, that, wasn't it? Okay. Right, been nice talking with you, Scorpio. Right, you take care of yourself. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, you want to talk to me or anything about that, then contact me on here, friend me on here, or friend me on Facebook, where you'll find me as Pagan Angel, okay? And I'll do my best to chat, okay? Nice to see you. Nice seeing you. Bye for now.